Hello, the story I have for you today is called Galimoto. It is by Lynn Williams and it is illustrated by Catherine Stock. A galimoto is a toy made out of wires and other things, and you use them to push. And it means car in Chichewa, which is the language of Malawi, a country in Africa. Conde opened an old shoebox and looked inside. These were his things. They belonged to him. Inside a box there was a ball made of many old plastic bags tightly wrapped with string. There was a knife Conde had made from a piece of tin can, and a dancing man he had made from dried corn stalks. In Conde's box there was also some scraps of wire. He had been saving the wires for something special. Now he took them and the knife from his box. There's his special box. Do you have a special place to put your special things? I shall make a galimoto, Conde told his brother Ufulu. Ufulu laughed. A boy with only 7 years cannot make such a toy. You don't have enough wire. I will get enough wire, Conde answered. He wants to make a toy, a galimoto, and his brother's laughing at him. That's not very nice. Conde took his knife and wire scraps and went to the home of his friend Gift. I want your wires, Conde told Gift. I'll give you my knife for them. Why do you want the wires? Gift asked. I want to make a galimoto, Conde answered. Gift ran his fingers over the tin knife. It's a good knife. I'll cut a dancing man with it. Gift took a handful of wires from his box of things and gave them to Conde. That's not enough wire for a galimoto, he told his friend. I will find enough wire, said Conde. Oh, how's he going to find wire? Conde put his wires into an old white plastic bag and took them to the shop of his uncle. Good day, second son of my brother, his uncle greeted him. How can I help you? I want some wire, Conde told his uncle. How will you pay for it? I have no money, Conde answered, but you have wires on your old packing boxes from the city. They would make a fine galimoto. So you want to make a galimoto. The son of my brother is a clever boy. Take the wires. Oh, he's getting some from his uncle who runs the store. Chee-chee-chee-chee. Conde could hear the grinder at the flour mill. Many women with babies tied on their backs waited in the hot sun. Others arrived, carrying heavy baskets of maize on their head. Conde squeezed through the crowd. He was very near the front door when someone grabbed him. The women began yelling angrily. Stop that one, he's out of turn. Conde was being pushed and shoved. So look, they're grinding their corn, their maize, so they can cook with it. They think he's trying to cut in line. Does he want to grind up his corn? He's looking for wires. Suddenly the mill stopped its grinding. What is it? The miller shouted. All the women pointed at Conde. No, Conde said, I have no maize to grind. I only want wires for a galimoto. He opened his bag for them to see. Playthings. For this you keep us waiting, the women grumbled. One cannot eat wires. An old toothless woman shook her hand at Conde. The miller shrugged. There are some wires out back. Take those and go. In the back of the mill there was an open door. Inside the door was a pile of old motor parts. There Conde found some very thin wires wrapped in red and yellow and green plastic. I can scrape the coating off, Conde thought. These wires will hold my galimoto together. But still he did not have enough for a galimoto. Conde passed some young children playing on an anthill. One was Mundi, the small sister of his friend Gift. She had a fine long piece of wire which she stuck into the hard dirt. Little friend, Conde called as he came nearer, you cannot catch an ant that way. Go, fetch some water, for with that and a stick we will fool them. When Mundi came back, Conde poured the water around one of the holes. Now they will think the rains have begun, he explained. Then he stuck a stick down the hole. Gently he pulled it out, and on the end was a large ant. My stick is better than a wire for catching ants. You may have the stick, and I'll take the wire. Let's see the ant hill. Condi knew there was a trash heap behind the bicycle repair shop, but the gate was locked. Condi climbed over the fence. In the courtyard, he found some broken, bent spokes from a bicycle. He climbed back over the fence with his bag. Oh, he didn't ask. Thief! Help! Police! Thief! Condi heard a voice call. Children came running from the marketplace. Men came running from the shops. They made a circle around Condi. Thief! Thief! They said, pointing at him. A policeman arrived. He grabbed Condi by the shoulder. What are you doing? He asked. Condi showed the policeman his wires. I want a galimoto, he explained. I need these wires. Galimoto, the crowd murmured. Galimoto. They shook their heads and went back to their business. Take your wires and go, the policeman told Condi. Condi took his wires back to the shade of the red flame trees in his village. Nearby, his mother and sisters pounded their maize. They sang of the hard work they were doing. Condi sorted his wires. There were thick pieces and thin pieces. Some wires were long and some were short. Condi banged the bent and twisted ones with a stone to straighten them. Then he began. The thick wires made the frame. He wrapped the very thinnest wires at the joints to hold the galimoto together. My galimoto will be a pickup, Condi planned. It will carry maize to the city, and it will have an antenna for the radio. Condi worked all afternoon. He pounded the strongest wires around a pipe to make the round wheels. A sturdy piece of bamboo made the rod for the steering wheel. He's working really hard on this. Finally, the warm, toasty smell of maize porridge cooking over the village fires told Condi it was time to go home. His brothers and sisters admired his work. So you found enough wire, Ufulu said. Yes, Condi agreed. He parked his galimoto next to his box of things and ate his supper. Let the moon be bright for us to play and sing tonight. Condi could hear his friends singing in the distance. They were calling him to play. There he is, and look, do you see what he made? Then he carefully guided his galimoto over to the dusty path. Galimoto, someone cheered, and one by one Condi's friends formed a line behind him. Galimoto, Galimoto, they began to chant. Look, there it is. He made that all by himself. Condi saw the shadow of his galimoto, cast by the moonlight, racing alongside. It's a fine galimoto, he thought proudly. Perhaps tomorrow I shall make my galimoto into an ambulance, or an airplane, or a helicopter. And look, there he is, dreaming about all the things he can make. Have you ever made a toy of your own? If you could make any toy, what do you think you would make? I had fun reading to you. I'll see you later.